I called home and I was like, oh my god, I made the wrong decision. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Megan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my friend Kylie.
I've been featured in a couple of videos. Hey mom.
Today we are doing a rush / recruitment, whatever you want to call it, Q&A. I feel like first year I definitely wanted this video. I watched so many, and we are here to tell you some of the tips and tricks that they don't tell you about. We're giving some juicy tips.
Anything that won't get us fined.
Yes.
Or
anything. Just for a little bit of background, if you guys don't know me, I am a second year at the University of Virginia, as is Kylie, and we are both in sororities here. We rushed both in the winter or spring semester of last year.
It was winter, it was very cold.
It was freezing.
Horrendous.
We'll get to that. I am in Chi Omega here, and Kylie's in
Delta Zeta.
Ooh. We have kind of not the same background, but we ended up in places that we love.
And we're happy.
We're happy. It's been a great experience thus far for us, but we're here to tell you some of the things that they don't tell you. If you like videos like this or college videos, definitely subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up, and let's get right on into it. To do the thumbnail.
Oh wait, do the
Oh! Yeah.
Wait. What does a Z look like? Is this a Z?
Yes.
Don't use that.
We both rushed in the winter, like I said, which is the first time that you can rush as a first year here. And a lot of schools have summer / fall rush, which I'm actually really glad that we did. Winter,
yeah,
it was good in the sense that like you weren't thrown into it your first semester, but the only thing is it was really cold.
It was horribly cold. The good thing about it being in the winter is you do meet your like non-sorority friends. Like I wouldn't have a lot of the friends that I have if I had been thrown into Greek earlier.
I think we would have been friends.
Yeah. You branch out like more because you have to. But if you are in Greek, you're gonna meet so many people and you're gonna love everybody that you meet. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of the people that you meet. You're not gonna want to branch out because you have your friends. But now we have friends.
We have different sororities. Double the friends. Yes. And there are 4 rounds of sorority rush.
Yes.
This year it's over 6 days. Thank God. Last year philanthropy was the longest day of my life. The first round is round robins. You go to every single house.
And it's 30 minutes long. They get longer as the week progresses.
Yeah, very service level, getting to know them. When you walk in a house, a girl will grab you, not in a weird way, but like direct you on a room to go in. They'll talk to you for a little while. Their friend will come up. It's very planned out, like learning now how to rush. These like different girls will come up and talk to you, so like you don't, it's not like a normal social situation where you actually have to like go around and talk to people.
Yeah,
they come to you. As a PNM, you're kind of just there, and they like work their magic. Philanthropy is the second night this year for UVA. It's split into 2 days, which is perfect to learn about the chapter's philanthropy.
You watch a video.
Yeah, you get to watch a video about it. People give like speeches or something about what it means to them. You talk to girls a little more deep than round robins. House tours was really cool for me because I loved the Kaio house, which is where I'm living next year.
Kaio's house makes our house look. Our house is stunning. Marble bathrooms, man.
It's basically girls will like take you on a tour of the house, and like you'll sit down and like you'll be house toured. Basically like, oh, I got house toured by this girl. Like you really have like a deep conversation with them, and I actually knew the girl who was house touring me, which is really cool.
They do, as time goes on, they do match you like by your personality. Like initial bump group, you might get a girl that you really don't like, or someone that you're just not vibing with.
Yeah, rush is just not as perfect as everyone makes it seem.
It's not.
There's like weird conversations. You just kind of gotta go with it.
You might talk about a weird podcast. It's the nerves. Yeah.
Prefs is the last night. Prefs is where you, at least here, you have 2 houses. You can only have 2 houses. Some people can just go to 1 just if you don't end up having 2 at the end. But basically you go, it's like an hour long. Girls give speeches.
Yeah.
People cry.
There's a weird ritual.
Did not cry.
In a lot of houses. Yeah, I didn't cry.
I don't remember a ritual.
I've heard some things about a knife and a coffin. Things get weird.
Kylie?
You can cut that. I'm just saying. So your rush background.
Yes.
How was rush for you, girl?
Yeah, so rush, pretty smooth for me. I actually had a lot of friends who dropped, and that's pretty common here compared to every other school, and I think that's because of the amount of quotas that not quotas, but like the amount that each PC has. So like if they only have 40 to 50 spots, they can't take but so many people.
Right. I didn't know that other schools, like each PC might be like 150 girls.
Oh, by the way, a PC is a pledge class.
Yeah.
So we are both PC 19. Rush like was pretty smooth for me. I think the biggest thing was that you have to go to every house the first round. We call it round robins here. It depends on the school, but you go to every single house regardless. I feel like you don't necessarily get a good feel for the houses. Some of them that I feel like I came in with preconceived notions a lot, which you're not supposed to do, but also like kind of do your research. I mean, it's inevitable. You're gonna look at the Instagrams. Yeah. I would say don't look at Greek Rank.
Greek Rank is BS. I have stalked it, and I stalked it after. I know that there's some houses where and I know there's some inside sources, basically like push on their girls to post in Greek Rank to get their like ranking up. I don't agree with ranking sororities. I think it's stupid. I think you're gonna find your friends wherever. They basically like make their girls like post and like boost them up for the freshmen that are coming in and seeing it.
Regardless, you're gonna find people in every single sorority that you can click with, but it's more of like, where do you feel the most at home? And that's, for me, that's why I picked Kyo, because I felt the most at home there. Because I went to a bunch of them and I'm like, these girls are great, but a lot of it was like surface level. And so like, that's why I like chose Kyo, because I was like, wow, like I can really have a cool conversation with like a bunch of different girls and still feel
at home
and validated. But I will say rankings for sororities are very prevalent here. I think that's prevalent at any school where sororities are a pretty big thing. I mean, I think like 30% of our population is in some kind of Greek life.
If you go into Rush with like thinking you're gonna go one sorority, you are gonna be disappointed.
Like I went into Rush thinking I was gonna go one sorority, and like, oh my god, I can tell you that just would have not worked out for me.
Yeah. And it's good to look them up to a point, because
you definitely,
the cost is very different.
That's something else that I did a lot of research on, and I think I tried to help a lot of my friends to know about the cost of sororities.
I went into it very blindly, and I am in one of the most expensive ones, and it hurts. I'll link my Cash App down below.
I just wanted to know like how much every sorority cost, so I had like a little spreadsheet, and I wouldn't say that it like made my decision, but it definitely factored into parts of like, if I was trying to figure out like one of the days when I was gonna cut like 3 more houses, I'm like, okay, like did I really like this, or do I just like the idea of this, and also is it worth like the $4,000 a semester for it?
It's gonna hit when first semester hits, you have to pay the year's worth of dues in a semester, and make sure you guys have a plan. If you're splitting it, if you're paying for it, if they're paying for it, and don't care where you go, you should know, because it does matter. Not that it would have changed anything, because I didn't do my research and I prepped the 2 most expensive sororities here.
I mean, obviously, like, caution, make your decision, because there are scholarships, there are ways to like get that money. I think it's important to just have that knowledge going into it.
Know what you're getting into.
And I will say, the money aspect of it, price that they list on like the ISC website or whatever, that is the absolute bare minimum you will pay. You have to pay that no matter what. That doesn't include t-shirts, merch packs, like date function stuff. So a misconception that I was a little confused about, because some of my friends dropped Rush. So if you drop Rush before bid day, you can rush again in the fall. You can do COBs, which is a continuous open bid, or you can do like a snap bid, where like a sorority that like needs an extra spot, they're like, hey, we really loved you during Rush, we just didn't get the opportunity to talk again.
And they like call you of bid day. So like you'll be in bed and they're like, get dressed.
Or if you go to bid day, you can actually drop from bid day to initiation, any period in between that, and just be like, hey, like I tried it doesn't work for me. We had a couple friends who did that, and I think that's good to just kind of test the waters. Unless you're absolutely not sure that you want to go one, I would just like try it out, meet the girls, see what they're like outside of Rush, because sometimes Rush can kind of be, I mean, Rush is like hard to judge people, because everyone's putting their best foot forward, and when everyone puts their best foot forward, it's kind of like not quite the best representation of you. Like, definitely be authentic, but like you're gonna be like acting a certain way. I don't know, like I felt very put together. I looked like, wore my cutest outfits every single day.
I look like a homeless man at all times. Hair straight, and no one knew I had a lion's mane. They discovered it the next day. So my Rush experience was pretty similar, I feel like, to yours. I was very lucky, got a lot of the houses back that I wanted. I had a couple letdowns, and I feel like everybody does. You kind of fall in love with the house first day.
You're gonna have at least one weird conversation, and you just have to go with it. Because you're talking to so many people. Oh, Tip, write down how you feel about every single house right after you leave that house. Write down anything that will help you remember, even if you don't remember her name. I didn't remember their name half the time. Cute necklace. We talked about this because I can guarantee you by that night you will not remember.
You're not going to remember. Yeah. After that conversation, the rest of my rush was like pretty smooth, and there were a lot of people I really liked, a lot of houses I kind of knew off the bat I wasn't too sure about. DZ, which is what I'm in right now, I actually dropped them twice. It wasn't that I didn't like them, but I just liked other houses better.
Yeah.
First two, it was like my last house of the day, I was tired, the girl was tired, and like we both knew it. And for whatever reason, they liked me and they pushed me through. And then it took until house tours, I want to say, where they showed the video of the sisterhood, and then I really went around and talked to people. And the girls that I've been paired with for that round were just so incredible, and I was like, dang, this is home. That was the one single time I cried during rush, and it was when I left. And I knew that was it. And I was like, crap, I didn't want to get my hopes up about any house, and here I am having fallen in love. So you just don't know where is home. So like, don't be too pressured about if you're not sure after the first, like, even like two rounds. Like, by house tours, I was pretty sure of like where I wanted to go.
I talked with Kylie and Nina and a few other girls about rush during rush. My high school group of friends, we did not talk about rush until midday. Like, we didn't talk about it at all, which I think was so beneficial because it actually ended up that LT, we were also friends in high school, but we actually both went Kyo, which was awesome. I don't necessarily think that would have happened if we had talked about it, because everyone has a different experience at a house. To go off of that, your one experience at that house does not necessarily reflect that house as a whole. And I wouldn't like discount that like maybe you did have a bad experience. Just know that like one girl is not indicative of an entire chapter. Like,
there's 200 girls in a chapter.
Like, and I don't know. I feel like one bad experience, I wouldn't write it off unless you have to. And I don't know. I had some weird experiences in some houses, and I went back and it was fine. So it wasn't.
Give it a chance. Unless it's something so horrible or you just kind of know right off the bat. There were a couple houses I knew.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But
let it happen. Let rush take you.
So I asked for some questions on my Instagram. We got a couple responses, so we're gonna answer those. Someone asked, where do you find cute pref night dresses? For rush, you get more dressy as the days go on, but at UVA it's definitely different because we rush in the winter, so it's like freezing. Wore a jumpsuit and wore leggings underneath the jumpsuit. Best decision I've ever made. A
lot of people wear sweatpants under their dresses or
for
like,
prefs,
or whatever. Yeah, while you're walking. I did that every day.
To answer the question, I got mine from Francesca's. I love Francesca's. It's very affordable considering. Definitely look at Marshall's. I looked there. TJ Maxx, of course. They do like deals after the holidays, so if you go to the outlets, definitely check out the outlets. Or Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack's good.
My prep dress, I got a Free People dress, and I don't know why I didn't try it on. I just didn't think about it.
Oh, Kylie.
Yeah. And you know Free People. Sometimes it's like really small, sometimes it's huge. It just looked horrible. I looked like a trash can, like flaming hot pile of garbage. And it was like the night before preps, and I was freaking out. The only other dress I had was like a little too booby. So I went crying across the hall to one of my friends, and she had a dress and it fit. And I'm pretty sure it was from Lulu's.
Lulu's is a great place. Although I will say a lot of people get their things from Lulu's, so maybe not. I would say the difference between pref and philanthropy for me, I wore a jumpsuit for philanthropy and a dress for prefs. Prefs is like you're going to a formal or something, like a sorority formal.
We're gonna be walking.
King? Hello?
He's giggling outside the door.
Why are you giggling at us?
He's dropping on board.
Oh, who it is?
Not rushed, he was kicked out because he was a boy.
Our only other question, because everyone else responded, but no one with questions. One girl asked, what should we expect to talk about? So we kind of talked about this, how like the conversations get more deep as you go along, but honestly, it totally depends on how like how it goes.
Yeah. My biggest fear was somebody would just say, tell me about yourself.
Oh my lord.
I'm not a very exciting person. I woke up in like a fever dream one day, like in the middle of the night before rush, and I made a Google Doc of everything about myself, all my fun facts.
You did not need to do this, people.
You don't.
The one comforting thing as a PNM is that the girls who are rushing you, they have to make the conversation go on. It is not on you at all. So this year, I'm a little freaked out about that because I'm rushing people, but it's fine. But basically, if there's a lull in the conversation, like that's on them. So you can just kind of sit back and be like, I mean, you kind of just let the conversation carry you, which sounds so vague, and I'm sorry, but that's kind of true.
So at the end of each round, you essentially, at least for us, you went into a room and you had a sheet of paper, ranked each sorority and like how much you liked them and wanted them back. And then at the bottom, there were like X amount that you were dropping. And then the next day, you're gonna be given your schedule of like who asked you back. Your picks like do matter, but also they don't.
They don't matter until the end.
Yes.
So what I've learned is that the ISC, the Inter Sorority Council, has a matching system. So basically the first couple rounds, because there's so many girls, even if you don't want them back, they'll ask you back because maybe you didn't have a good experience there. It's like kind of one of those things. They'll try and match you, but usually it's more of just like who wants you back, and you go back there for as many spots as you can fill.
Say you dropped like 4 and one in your top 11 drops you, then you're dropped from them, and then one from that bottom moves
the first
up.
from the bottom moves up. So it matters.
So it's important when you rank the bottom. Ones that you want back, it doesn't matter what you rank them as.
So the last day is obviously the most important. The cut from house tours to pref is 7 to 5. So most girls don't have 7. That's like pretty rare. So I think I had like 5. So we went from 5 to 2. So for some girls that was really difficult. They didn't know. They were really torn. For me, it was pretty obvious which 2 I wanted. You have to rank the 2. And something that I've suggested to a lot of first year girls, I didn't know this going in, is that you should definitely rank both, because I didn't know that this was a thing, but you can suicide bid where you only rank 1, and if they don't extend you a bid, you won't have, like, you're not guaranteed a bid. You're never guaranteed a bid until prefs, when one of those 2, if you rank both of them, you are guaranteed a bid either way. We are going to talk about bid day real quick, just because I feel like there's a lot of hype around it, and I liked bid day, but for the girls who are pnms, who are just joining, honestly, it's more for the girls in the sorority than the girls joining. Rush is so tiring, and like the people who are already in the sorority, like they went through rush and they know their PC so well. They're so excited about them, and they're just like so ready to welcome them in.
And they're excited about you. They know who you are.
They know you before you know
don't
them.
know them.
They're like, oh my gosh, Megan, welcome. And I'm like, hey.
And for me, I didn't know a soul in my sorority, and I was so scared. It seemed like everybody had friends in there and I didn't. I think people were just less nervous than me and were like talking more, but as time went on, I realized like everyone's kind of new and no one really knew each other, and now I have really great friends. And I cried after bid day. I called home and I was like, oh my god, I made the wrong decision. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And the next week I loved it, and I have some of my closest friends in it, and they've like changed my life, and I love them a lot.
We had like bid day buddies, which like kind of starts like your big this week stuff. They would like come up to me and be like, hey, like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Like, do you want to go somewhere else? Like, do you want to go upstairs? Just to kind of make sure that like I was okay, which was really nice.
I loved that.
And we like did some fun stuff, but unfortunately for me, I got the flu on bid day. Do you remember that?
No. That's not to say that either of our sororities, like us not liking bid day, that they weren't welcoming. They were great. You are just scared. You had LT.
LT was in it, but honestly, both of us were still
nervy.
So awkward. Like, it's just uncomfortable.
It's
like,
just a lot.
You're being thrown into a house with a bunch of screaming girls who are so excited to see you, and you're like, I have met like 2 of you.
Yeah, it gets better and I love them.
Yeah, and it definitely, like, your sorority will like do activities and stuff to like make it feel smaller, but joining is just so much fun. Yeah. It's just so good. Yeah. Anyways.
You're gonna meet all your best friends.
Yes. With that, this video is probably like 5 hours long.
Very long.
But I hope it's helpful. Definitely leave me a comment down below if y'all are rushing or if you're in a sorority. Definitely tell me what sorority you're in. I'd love to know if you guys are new.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, she hit you with that. Like and subscribe. All right. Thank you so much for watching. My battery's about to die, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Bye guys.